Hey guys, this is Blue Diamond Edward Hartley, and I gotta tell you, today we're gonna talk a little bit about the 5 reasons that I joined Organo Gold. And I think I'll take it from the top. One of the first reasons was because of the mentorship. You know, when I had the opportunity to hear from Mr. David Imonetier, and he called me and told me about Organo Gold, I really wasn't interested at first, but you know, I watched him over a period of 9, 10 months, and he had a degree of success that I had never experienced. I'd never even seen up close and personal with people who had not had a lot of success. And I was one. I mean, I'd been around the industry for about 25 years, but I'd really never had any serious success. So when Mr. Munitier contacted me and wanted me to speak to Mr. Bugs, I was a bit resistant, but he put me on the phone one day and there was a connection. I mean, we just connected. Mr. Bugs and I connected, and we had the opportunity to sit down and talk. And the things I understood after many years, I realized that it was about leadership, it was about mentorship, it was about having the right coach, having the right connection. So I said, you know, that was one of the main things that I was looking for. I had a lot of people talk to me for years about this whole industry, but nobody ever put it into such clear perspective as Mr. Bugs did. And, you know, it made a lot of sense. I mean, you can't deny it. It makes sense. So that was one of the first things that got my attention. The second thing was the upward movement in the company. Now, I got to be honest with you. I had been around companies that were startups, brand new companies. There were companies that we were part of the initial wave. Matter of fact, the company I was with before, which I won't mention it, we were the founding group, and it was great to be there. But the leadership, meaning the whole structure of the leadership was already in place because of just the nature of how it was structured. And I didn't see that here with Organo Gold. And Mr. Bugs shared with me that there was as much opportunity for me to have success in that 18-month point. I got started when Organo Gold was 18 months old, and it was just as much opportunity for me to come in and rise to the top of the leadership board, and lo and behold, it happened. And it's even like today, the same thing is going on today. We're in wave 2 of it, and of the business, and it's the same type of incredible phenomenon now. You know, people in wave 2, I believe, can make more money than even people that were in wave 1. Coffee. Now let's talk a little bit about coffee. And I wasn't a coffee drinker, but coffee, man. You know, it wasn't until Mr. Munitier gave me my very first cup. I had already been there talking to Mr. Bugs for hours. He handed me this cup. It smelled like hot chocolate, but I was like, wow, this is incredible. And it was the coffee. And I realized that coffee was something special, but I'd never paid attention to it because I was disconnected. Okay, I wasn't associated with it as a, you know, from a consumer standpoint, and maybe because I wasn't a consumer, I began to think like how a consumer would think. Okay, well, I don't drink it. You know, contrary consumer perspective, I don't drink it, so guess what? It's not for me. But after I began to realize that coffee as a commodity is everywhere, no matter what I believe, whatever I think, coffee is everywhere. So why not be involved with a business that people want? And then I began to understand from the perspective that, you know, I looked at all the companies I'd been involved with in the past, and many of them were products that people needed. And when there's a product that people need, there's a certain degree of explanation that is involved with getting people to get started and getting people to continue using the product. And that was not the case with coffee. I mean, someone gets started in the coffee business, someone likes what they see with Organo Gold, and that's not going to change. I mean, people will just keep drinking coffee. Wow. Imagine tying your income to a product that just won't change, won't go away. People will drink it. You know, some of these other organizations told us that the best part of waking up is with their coffee in the cup. And wow, how could I deny it? So coffee makes sense. It's not going anywhere. But the compensation plan, okay, to be paid to drink something that people really want because they want it. It's easier for duplication, no explanation needed. But now every single time. When Organo Gold, the 7 different ways that we got paid, and this is, for me, even before there was the 8th way, before the car bonus, and by the way, I'm riding in my 8th way. This is my 8th way, the S550. But to get paid 7 different ways for a product that people would just stand on lines and continue to consume anyway, regardless of, you know, whether I was involved or not. I mean, I thought it made a lot of sense. Obviously, the first way is retail, and how could you avoid being in a business where there are customers being born every day? I remember when my daughter was in college and she said, "Daddy, everybody drinks coffee here. They have to stay up, they have to study, and they're drinking coffee." So I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So the second way, obviously, is our fast track bonus, where the bonus that comes for us just getting people as part of the business. And then the dual team. The dual team was great as a mechanism to help you create cash flow as you get started in your business. But it was the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, 7th way that really got me. Because Organo Gold showed, and this compensation plan was designed by Mr. Holton Buggs, but Organo Gold showed the world that with a profit margin so rich in coffee, the profit is so high that, yeah, if you can tie your income to a product everybody wants and are going to consume anyway, and when there's a high degree of profit, and the company's willing to actually share it with the distributor base, then, man, you know, I mean, that's a no-brainer. But the 5th way, I wasn't able to achieve this anywhere else but in Organo Gold, and I wanted it. You see, I spent a lot of years as a forensic accountant and an analyst, training executives and business owners, entrepreneurs, how to really create a better situation for their businesses. So people development, I mean, personal development was big for me, but people development for others was a major point. It was something big for me. It was something that I felt important in my life, okay? But in network marketing, I could never truly bring it to, get it to fruition, because many of the programs I was involved with over the past 25 years, they were kind of the get in first, get lucky, whoever gets there first, meaning that the person who starts much later in their career in the company did not have as fair of an opportunity to make a significant amount of money as, say, someone who was there at the very beginning. And that's been a stigma for a long time. People worrying about, hey, you got to get in early. That's a misnomer. You don't have to be there right at the very beginning. I mean, timing is everything. You don't want to be with a company that is in the later stages of life, of its corporate life, where stability has kicked in and there's absolutely no growth. You don't want to be there. But when you find that right blend, and then you can teach people from a proven system. I don't know, guys. Maybe it's something about me, but I'm a systems guy. Systems, controls, procedures matter to me. Maybe it's because of the way I'm wired. Maybe it's because of the way I think. I want to be able to know that if I did it once, I could do it again. As a kid, I used to take away, my toys and I dismantle them just so I can put them back together. Because I figure if I could take it apart and put it back together, I could take it apart again, put it back together. I can do it over and over and over and over and over. And guys, that matters to me. And what we've been able to prove here in terms of people development is that the system really works. That over the next 5 years or so, we're going to be building a group of business builders, a group of business partners, and we're going to assemble a large base of customers. It's going to be a portfolio of customers that are subscribing to a gourmet coffee service, and that gourmet coffee service is the Organo Gold product. And that's going to make a difference. We could do this thing over and over until the cows come home. And I'm glad about that. I mean, I'm really glad about that, because what it means is that you have a future, you have an opportunity. So guys, that's really all I wanted to share with you now. Again, my name is Edward Hartley. I'm a Blue Diamond with OrganoGold. And if you guys decide, if you make a decision to come join me and partner with me, I will share with you everything that I've learned in these last 3 decades. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I'll be able to share with you what not to do so that you don't have to spend as long as I did struggling to find success. But I'll make sure that you're on the road. You're on that rapid rise to success. So guys, that's it for me. I'll catch you on the next video.